You've walked past someone sleeping in a public space and never noticed. Probably this week. In airports, libraries, hospital waiting rooms, and parked cars across every American city, people are asleep right now in plain sight. But a 2019 University of Chicago study estimated that actual homelessness could be 2.5 to 10.2 times higher than official counts, largely because the hidden homeless population is impossible to find. The techniques they use to stay invisible are so effective that your brain deletes them from awareness. And understanding how that works reveals something fascinating about human survival and human perception. The first technique is the most important one. Look like everyone else in the room. In an airport terminal, a stealth sleeper looks like a tired traveler, wearing clean clothes, carrying a carry-on bag, and with a boarding pass area visible on their phone screen. In a hospital emergency room, they look like a worried family member waiting for news. In a library, they look like a student who dozed off over a textbook. In a laundromat, they are waiting for a dryer cycle that does not exist. The key to all of this is appearance management, and it starts with hygiene. A Planet Fitness Black Card, $24.99 per month, provides shower and grooming access at any location nationwide. Stealth sleepers describe this as the single most important investment in staying invisible. Clean hair, clean skin, a non-wrinkled outer layer, and shoes that are not falling apart. That is the difference between someone who gets asked if they need help and someone who gets asked to leave. The second element is even simpler: a phone. Holding or looking at a smartphone is the most effective camouflage behavior in modern public spaces. A person staring at a phone screen in any setting looks like they belong. Security guards, library staff, and airport personnel subconsciously categorize phone users as legitimate occupants. Whether the phone is actually on is irrelevant. The visual signal is what matters. However, looking the part only works if you're in the right place. Stealth sleepers rank every available space with a mental tier system that determines where to go and how long to stay. Tier 1. Locations allow 4 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Hospital emergency room waiting areas are the gold standard. They are open 24 hours by federal regulation, designed for people who look worried and exhausted, and security rarely questions someone who appears to be waiting for a patient. 24-hour Walmart locations and truck stops also fall into this category. So do university campus libraries during finals week, when they stay open around the clock and every second person is sleeping at a desk. Tier 2 locations offer 2 to 4 hours. Airport terminals past security are a common example, where travelers sleep openly and staff rarely question anyone who looks like they have a flight. Public libraries during operating hours allow a 1 to 3 hour nap to be disguised as heavy reading. 24-hour laundromats. 24-hour diners with bottomless coffee. Tier 3 offers 60 to 90 minutes. Fast food restaurants during off-peak hours. Public transit buses, where you ride the full route asleep and ride back. Park benches during daylight only. The rotation principle connects all of these. Stealth sleepers never exhaust a single location. They use 3 to 5 spots on a weekly cycle, never the same place often enough for staff to recognize a pattern. Now here is where the psychology gets genuinely fascinating. The body language of stealth sleeping is an art form that exploits a well-documented flaw in human perception. The seated nod is the most common position. Sit in a chair with your chin resting on your hand, elbow on an armrest or table. Close your eyes. To any observer, you look like someone deep in thought or resting momentarily. This can allow genuine sleep for 30 to 60 minutes. It works in every library, airport, and waiting room on Earth. The phone sleeper is even more effective. Hold a phone in your lap with your head tilted down toward it. Close your eyes. To anyone walking past, you appear to be looking at your screen. In reality, you are asleep, The phone acts as a visual anchor that explains your downward head position. The book tent works specifically in libraries and coffee shops. Open a book and prop it on your chest. Lower your head and close your eyes. Every passing person reads the same story. Someone fell asleep reading. Library staff see this dozens of times per day, and they treat it as completely normal. Visible earbuds, even if they are not playing anything, signal that you are in your own world. This discourages strangers from approaching, and it provides a plausible reason for not responding to ambient noise. The earbuds create a social force field. All of these techniques work because of a psychological phenomenon demonstrated in 1999 by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris at Harvard. Their famous invisible gorilla experiment showed that humans experiencing inattentional blindness fail to notice unexpected objects when their attention is focused elsewhere. A sleeping person who matches the expected visual pattern of a space becomes invisible because the observer's brain categorizes them as normal and moves on. You're not failing to see them. Your brain is actively deleting them. Every public space also has a rhythm, and stealth sleepers learn to read it the same way a commuter learns train schedules. The shift change window is critical. Most 24-hour businesses rotate staff every 8 hours. The 15 to 20 minutes during a shift change are the lowest attention period in any building. The outgoing staff has mentally checked out. The incoming staff has not oriented. Experienced stealth sleepers time their deepest sleep to coincide with these windows. The 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. dead zone is the golden window. Customer traffic drops to near zero. Staff alertness is at its lowest. Security patrols in hospitals and airports are least frequent. These 3 hours provide the most reliable, uninterrupted sleep available in any public space. The departure rule is just as important as the arrival timing. Always leave before the situation changes. Be out of the hospital waiting room before the morning shift walks through. Be out of the library 30 minutes before closing. Be out of the Walmart before the overnight stocking crew fills the aisles. The safest time to be somewhere is while the conditions that protect you still hold. Meanwhile, cities spend enormous amounts of money trying to make all of this impossible. Hostile architecture, also called defensive design, is the deliberate engineering of public spaces to prevent sleeping. Armrests bolted into the middle of park benches, sloped surfaces on ledges, spiked concrete under overpasses. London's Camden Bench, designed in 2012, is a concrete block with angled surfaces that prevent lying down, and it costs roughly $1,200 each. New York's subway system installed individual bucket-style seats on platforms specifically to prevent horizontal sleeping. Los Angeles added divider armrests to hundreds of bus stop benches. The stealth sleeper workaround is straightforward. Hostile architecture prevents lying down, but it rarely prevents seated sleeping with the head supported. Airports still have gate seating without dividers. Hospital waiting rooms use standard chairs because patients need comfort. Libraries have study desks. The city spends roughly $1,200 per bench to stop something that a different posture defeats entirely. Vehicle stealth adds another layer. A car with insulated windows is functionally invisible in any parking lot. Arrive after dark, leave before dawn. Park between 2 other vehicles so yours doesn't stand out. Never park under streetlights. Never leave interior lights on. The single biggest stealth giveaway is condensation from breathing, which fogs the windows by morning and signals that someone is inside. Experienced vehicle sleepers crack one window 1/4 inch for airflow and wipe all glass clear before 6 a.m. All of these techniques connect into what stealth sleepers call the 24-hour circuit, a daily loop of public spaces that provides every human need. Wake at 6 in a hospital parking garage. Shower at Planet Fitness at 7. Coffee and phone charging at McDonald's at 8. Library from 10 to 2 for rest, warmth and Wi-Fi with stealth sleep disguised as reading. Evening meal from a food pantry or cheap fast food. Night parking at a Walmart or quiet residential street. Sleep until 6. Repeat. No single location provides everything. The gym has showers, but you can't sleep there. The library has rest and Wi-Fi, but closes at night. The car has privacy, but no plumbing. The circuit connects them into a functioning life. When someone asks questions, the response is rehearsed. I'm waiting for my wife. She's in the emergency room. My flight got delayed. I'm between apartments. A single calm sentence ends 90% of interactions with security. Buying a $1.50 coffee at McDonald's creates legitimate presence for 2 to 3 hours. The receipt becomes proof of belonging. Brief friendly contact with staff, a nod to the librarian, small talk with a receptionist transforms you from a potential problem into a familiar face. Psychologist Gordon Allport's contact hypothesis showed in 1954 that brief positive interpersonal interaction reduces suspicion. A 30-second friendly exchange buys hours of unquestioned presence. There is an invisible city operating inside the visible one. Airports, hospitals, libraries, laundromats, and parking lots are the rooms of a shelter that was never designed to be. The people navigating it have built a system of appearance management, body language, timing, location rotation, and social engineering, sophisticated enough that your brain's own pattern recognition works in their favor. Next time you are in an airport or a library or a waiting room, look around. Somebody in that space might be asleep right now. The fact that you did not notice is the point. If this changed how you see public spaces, subscribe. I cover street survival and the hidden systems behind it every week.